they're afraid of
Luna.
Luna.
Yeah, Luna. Luna being that player that can play almost anything, but it still is a surprise to us because we know Corki, we know Kaisa, Ash even as the best ADCs to respect during the best. But Zaya is it could mean that KBG is scouting KT.RY's practice so far, and they have figured out, hey, you know what? They are going to bring out Zaya, so might as well just take it away from them.
Yeah. This is gonna be it. Gragas getting picked up. This is a CN conference special. Getting a Gragas again and again is gonna be good for them. But now the reaction, the immediate reaction during the start of the playoffs is always gonna be an Alistar and not as much as the Nautilus getting picked up.
Oh, Ziggs. Okay. We talked about this, Dash, as one of the priority picks that we firmly believe as number one pick or
Ooh, no way.
Oh yeah, like this is okay. KBG is just getting whatever they want to get. This is the champ. Okay, so I think it's safe to say that KBG would get Zeri for Unrun 9. That Tone would be piloting the Shen. KG would be piloting the Fiora, because when it comes to champion pool and what they used frequently during the group stages, these are the three champions that got picked up by KBG.
Yeah, getting Defy in is it good? I'm not surprised. I'm not sure if it's good on this first three pickups on the side of KBG, but I'm really seeing something for the side of Roster Y. They want to get easy pickups with the Mega Inferno Bomb, and they need to ban the Zeri if they want to survive this next phase of banning.
Yeah, Zeri is that one champion.
Oh no.
Okay. KT.RY can pick it for themselves. They're on the red side, meaning they can take the Zeri for themselves, leaving Unrun 9 to go for potentially an assassin. Garen is also an option for KBG back in the day, but we have to remember that Hullbreaker RIP in patch 4.2b, right? Like, it just got destroyed by a huge nerf. KT.RY would be the one to go for the Garen. Okay.
Goes for the Garen. I'm gonna be surprised if they lock this in. What is the next item after the first Black Cleaver if you pick up this Garen? Are you just gonna go tanky? Yeah, I think the Lux. Remember, there are adjustments from the Lux, right?
Oh, it's massive. It's massive. We also have seen the Lux be built tanky in the CN server. Right? Like, that's one of the trends so far. So that could also come out in about here. But KBG is just going for the double scaling composition, going for the Lucian here in the mid lane, and the Corki as well. Now KT.RY, even though that they have the Ziggs, what's their curveball? What's their surprising pick here in game number 2? Because you have to remember. Yeah, but laning wise, I feel that Zeri would have a lot of a hard time here in the mid lane, because we know what's about to happen here. KT.RY would put Haku on the Ziggs, would put Luna on the Zeri, and then Zeri would be solo mid lane. So there's just a small lane swap happening in the first few minutes of this game, and we'll see.
It's gonna be hard though, especially for
Luna going to play the Ziggs.
Oh, that's more interesting though. If Luna is gonna be the one playing the Ziggs, I'm not gonna be surprised if Haku is gonna go side lane at first, and the mid lane is gonna be against Undrawn with this Lucian, because it's okay. Good. That's a good swap. That's a good bait. That's a good.
So this is what KT.RY has fully utilized ever since they subbed out Zero, because we all know that Zero, he's so good on the assassin pickups. One of the most notable wins of KT.RY was against EDG and was Zero on the Akali on the Zed, but because of his strength on the assassin, they get easily telegraphed by their opponents, and so now they went with Haku, going for that double scaling composition. The win condition is always going to be there. Daw would play the Engager Initiator for KT.RY, but just looking at the lineup that KBG has right now, like, comfort-wise, 10 out of 10.
Yep. And I'm really loving this, especially that the Ton has the Shen. This is one of the best jungler that they can have on the side of KBG. Is a Shen on the Ton, and that's just perfect. And now with this, could we see a very big difference here now for the side of KBG? Would them being on their comfort be enough for them to win against WRL? Because remember, the last time they met, it was a 2-0 that KBG was able to win against WRL.
It was a very clean 2-0 as well. KBG just superior in all facets of the game during the group stages. But now that we are on the final stage, we saw how NGX surprised everyone and getting that first win against the #1 team from CN in the J team. So if you're KT.RY, you kind of want to ride that momentum and you kind of want to follow the footsteps of NGX.
Now that they want to go for here. For the side of KBG, what they would really need is to get an easy level 5 for their jungler. And now on the side of this Vi with the easy wave clear for the side of WRL, they would also want that. But I could see a potential gank coming from the top side once it goes for level 4. Compared to the Shen, it would be way better for them to gain advantage in this early game.
Yeah, and oftentimes, like, you kind of need to do your gank pre-level 5 because one stand united can just equalize whatever advantage that you have. So I kind of agree with you on that, Dash, that if there's going to be any opening for KT.RY here on the top side, they have to utilize and do that at level 4 for Daw.
Such a hard lane matchup though. The Zeri versus the Lucian in the mid lane. It's just gonna be impossible for him to fight a 1v1 against him. And it's honestly not easy to be able to just farm easily in the mid lane because the Lucian is just gonna hack away at you.
Yeah, that's the concern I do have, right? Like, and you know what? If it's the other way around,
what?
Right, yeah. If it was the other way around, I would still be scared because KBG having access on the Zeri for Unrun 9 is also a cheat code by itself, right? Like, like all the champions that KBG has right now in this game, they are all business. They're not going to joke around. They just want to win because KG is on his favorite champion, right? Like 80% win rate with a KDA of 5.5, respectable numbers coming from this solo laner that won them that series against Thundertalk.
I just really want to say that Zero being relegated here, being subbed out from the WRL is really sad for the side of WRL because it's not his meta. That's why it's not going to work. That's why it's really hard. Assassins are not getting some love yet. That's why we're going to be defaulting back to Haku every time.
Yeah. XP-wise, I believe that Haku has a lot more experience. And, you know, when it comes to playoff stages, you know, the brighter the lights are, the more experience you will need from your team. And that's the reason why I think that KT.RY has decided to go with Haku. But that's not to take away Zero out of the equation. We know for a fact that Zero is still there available to get subbed in. But you see that play coming from Haku, one satchel. Yeah. Very clean as well. No engages from KBG successful on the top side means that KT.RY was still able to slow things down. And this is what we expected, right? Contrary to game number 1, we know that KT.RY wants to play slow. KBG also wants to play slow and wants to play scaling. And so we are entering a very loud state.
Yeah, and this is what is happening here though. For KBG and WRL, ever since the regular season, they have been loving this phase, and they're both playing in the same phase that they've been before. Yeah. But is that good for WRL? That's my question, because in this phase, they lost against KBG on a 2-0, so they need to shake things up.
I mean, the thing here is, if you're KT.RY, just the fact that they have the Shen on the other side, you cannot be too proactive, right? Like, one season desist coming from Daw can easily get negated by one stand united, and that's the concern I do have. The laning phase here in the bot lane, we know that the Fiora also received some decent buffs as well, and against the Garen, during the early game, it's Garen favored, but the game, as the game goes longer, as the game goes, you know, late, we all know the Fiora is the grand duelist and should be able to win the side lane easily.
They're for sure gonna be ready here, but KBG, do you smell that coming from a mile away? It's one of the skills of KBG here. They know they are in a disadvantage, and they know that WRL wants to find some kills. That's why they're playing it safely. Now, because Luna has been delayed, this would really not good for the rotations.
Yeah. He was not able to buy anything. Oh, engage coming from Nomel. And Yu was forced to flash away, but still, you see the minimap right now. The jungler of KBG is already taking down the dragon. Meanwhile, KT.RY also doing the same thing and is focusing down the Red Herald.
Yeah, I think 1v1 on the top side, Unrun versus Luna. They're gonna fight it out, but now Daw right here is gonna try to take this, and here comes the package. They're not gonna be able to take it in the end. They were able to get the kill on one, and they are gonna be flashing away. Roster.Y with 1 kill and a Herald. That's enough.
Yeah, that's massive for KT.RY because, again, Under9 was the one who died there. And if you're KT.RY, you need to control the demon in the mid lane. Like, he is indeed the best player right now in WRL Asia after bagging that MVP, a very deserved MVP at that. And so if you're KT.RY, you know, that 1 kill kind of equates to, you know, more kills for them.
Yeah.
So KT.RY will use this Red Herald here in the bot lane and we'll just try to open up the map.
Even we're talking about more twin kills, especially before Illusion goes in for the taunt, and Daw now half HP. Here comes the slow coming from their side. They were able to counter Yu with a body slam, but there comes the explosive cast. Oh! Even a barrel was enough with a culling on Run 9, gets them the kill. And that is now bad for the side of Roster.Y.
Yeah, that's a sloppy play for KT.RY. Yes, they were able to use the Red Herald. Red Herald did jump a huge amount of the HP tower here in the bot lane. But if you go for the Red Herald, it's almost a requirement for you to get the first tower. KBG, being so prepared of the movements of KT.RY, was able to get ahead of Daw and was able to stop the push of KT.RY. So that's massive for KBG.
And now, because of that, advantage on the side of KBG, they're now going to just hold on to this advantage just because they gave them 1 kill is going to be enough. They're not going to be looking for any fights, even if Nomel wants to go for one. Here comes the Unbreakable Will with the explosive cast. Not going to be enough. The damage is not going to be there. Comes Luna fighting on 1v1 with Unrun 9, but the damage is going to be enough for him to push him back, and that Stand United is now down.
Again, it's been an epic fight, epic battle between Luna and Unrun 9 every single time that we see the Lucian versus Zeri. Explosive things happen, and speaking of explosive, Daw might be able to get ahead of Yu.
Wall Breaker, cease and desist, not going to be able to move, but Daw taking a lot of tower damage, but that's still a kill for Roster.Y.
True. The objective for them is to get this tower here in the bot lane. Do they have enough time to get this tower? I don't think so. Unrun is already here to defend this tower. And again, the goal for KT.RY of getting and taking down this tower here in the bot lane still is a no bueno. KBG is still superior tempo-wise and was able to mitigate the damage of the Rift Herald at least in the first few minutes of this game. And, you know, talking about the double scaling composition that both these teams has, I believe that KT.RY still has a good chance of winning the late game. The only concern that I do have is KG. Like, KG will definitely get a challenge here in the side lane come later stages of the game.
And that's what's hard about this. The Fiora versus Garen matchup. KG has been playing this a lot, and he knows how to deal with it. And whenever you give them a chance, this is one of the reasons why they won in the playoffs. Is because of KG's Fiora. And it's honestly just going to be way, way scarier come 15 minutes.
The defense of KBG here in the bot lane continues. And KT.RY kind of want to commend them of being patient, remaining patient. But, you know, one thing that they could do is to send over Haku over here in the bot lane and use Satchel Charge to just eliminate that tower. I'm surprised that they're not putting that as their priority and still wants Luna to be here in the side lane instead of having the Ziggs just take down this tower. Yeah, okay. So I think the only reason for that is because KT.RY just wants to maximize the wave clear that the Ziggs has here in the mid lane.
Yeah, get some items for their side, but now with what we're seeing from the side of Roster.Y, they're now finding the needle in the haystack. They're finding a way to get some kills for themselves because that is where the Vice shines the most. And we're not seeing a lot of that because of the fact that they picked up a Shen on the side of KBG. So what do they have on their side to counter out this pickup from the side of KBG? Because even with the Serpent's Fang, would that be enough for KT.RY to fight against KBG?
You see the build of Unrun 9? He's about to go for Manamune. Black Cleaver already completed for him. And as his third item, he's going for the Nashor's Tooth. It's a build that I saw in one of my games And there's a debate ongoing if that's really the best build for the Lucian. But when it comes to ability hits, it has, you know, a lot of ability hits. So kind of respect the idea of the Nashor Suit being built for Unrun.
And the adaptive damage coming from Nashor Suit is also good. That's why it's not going to be bad per se. This is going to be bad because one tower has been taken down in the mid lane. And now they're already starting onto the Mountain Drake, and KBG, or rather KT.RY, are still looking for the next decision on what they're about to do. They're taking their time, and Luna is going to be left alone. Here comes the Grand Challenge. He's going to be chased down. Exhaust is going to come in. Was able to dash away, but the Grand Challenge is now down. No Mel, not using the Unbreakable Will just yet. With the Mega Inferno Bomb down, not able to deal a lot of damage, KBG has a signal.
Yeah, Rattel, having that Demolition Justice can still execute one of the members of KBG, but their formation is so strong right now. KT?
Here comes the knock up, not going to be able to steal. Here comes the taunt on 2. They're not going to be able to take some kills just yet. They're taking their time. They got one already, and here comes Yu being chased down, but it's desist. He's going to fall down in time, and that's going to be it. One more taunt to the side. Luna's going to go for the flash. Knockup comes in. No Mill, what the perfect timing right there. Shama's going to fall, and that's 3 kills to the side of KT.RY.
Yeah, gets advantage for KT.RY, but the Dragon went to the favor of KBG. The double scaling composition, double scaling Dragon went over to KBG, so KT.RY is feeling the pressure, wants to take down this tower in the mid lane, but can they do it?
You have the Bolt Breaker. One punch to the face could be the end of the taunt. He's going to back away. That's going to be enough here for KT.RY, but as you said, it's not enough. They still have the gold advantage on the side of KBG because they got some towers down against them. But let's take a look at this replay.
Yeah, it started so well for KBG. Again, they were able to box out almost all members of KT.RY before the fight even started. And because they were able to secure the Dragon, you know, Yu was there to just be that sacrificial Gragas. The only concern I do have here is that, you know, KBG thought that they can take down Luna, which in fact they were able to, but they are still too far forward. The better decision at that point for KBG is to just disengage, just be content with the Dragon. And because of them greeding out in trying to take down Luna, at least, you know, KBG was still able to defend the tower here in the mid lane, which is the problem for KT.RY's lineup right now. Like 2 dragons for KBG, oh man, that's massive.
It's gonna be bad, especially that they have a Corki too. And it was said a while ago by Draw, the reason why they want to get a lot of dragons is because they have a Corki. Corki with a lot of dragons is gonna be very scary. Now, KT.RY looking to take down some towers, but it might be a bit too late because KBG has a lot of wave clear in store for them, and they know how to deal with what KT.RY wants to do.
Yeah, like wave clear wise, both very decent on both lines. Oh, but Numel going for the flank play possibly here.
Oh, We've seen Yu though. The timing is right. They have the knockup come in and cease and desist. This is gonna be it. They have the stun under Knight so that he won't be able to deal more damage. Ignite is sticking on his head, and with the stun from that ice rift was enough to take him down. But KG, look at this. Just taking down the second tier, turns to the bot lane. Now onto the top side, under 9 is going to be the target for KT.RY, and they got the kill on him, but at what cost? A tower on bot side.
KT.RY can force the Dragon takedown here. They have a lot of damage, but can they do it against Shalma? And with the Taunt being... Oh, wait.
Knockups come in. No Mel was ready for it, and here comes the Sand United. The Taunt was ready. Half HPs in the member of KT.RY. He needs to just really get them onto low HP. Haku doesn't have any mana, but does he have mana for a satchel? No, he doesn't. He just able to flash away, and the Tom was able to get the great taunt. Luna was able to run in, and Daw is going to sacrifice himself for the greater good. Was able to Vault Breaker out. And now here comes Yu. He's going to be taking the kill on Daw for sure. Tried to get some damage, but Shalma was able to survive.
And now the reversal of fortune, KBG can go for the Baron. Oh, easy as that. 5 people still alive for KBG. Very healthy. And KT.RY is now being forced to back away. They need to reset. This is the KBG that we know.
What is that? That's too fast. And now 2k HP. Here comes Rachel. He tries to go for it. Mega Inferno Buff almost enough with the Demolition Justice. Good try from KT.RY, but Patel also falls.
This is what we're talking about, right? Like KT.RY and KBG loves to play the same playstyle. But KBG is just a little bit better when it comes to execution. Yeah, you will be able to take down Yu, but in return, we will be able to take down the tower. Under 9 falls down, and it immediately signals that KT.RY can greed out Baron. But you know what's going to happen there? That Tone, with the Stand United, is there to ward off any Baron attempt. And again, KBG just showing why they won WRL Season 2.
a bit too late from that much injustice. But again, KBG are just good at this phase, as you said. And now with the Baron, this is just going to snowball in their favor. It's going to be hard for WRL to contest this. And giving them that Shen is the biggest win here for the side of KBG, because they can do anything they want without any repercussions, because the Stand United is going to be there. Like what's happening in the mid lane. Yu is this confident because the Stand United is at the ready. Ignite taking on his head. No, Mel falls down.
This is the concern I do have for KBG. Now they can go for the 3-man push. And looks like a tower here in the top lane, and the bot lane is already a gunner here in the mid lane. KBG just going to clean everything. Oh man, clean house. Every inhibitor tower is down for the count. Baron buff is still good for 2 waves, or maybe just 1 minion wave, but they won't even need it. They can go for the dragon and just get all the scaling advantages that they need to clean and finish up the game. KBG is just so pure, just a clean game from them overall.
KBG just playing around close to WRL with a 10k gold lead and a Notion Drake, a triple Drake. Like what happened during game 1. And now with 3 towers or better, their inhibitor turned down inside of WRL. It's gonna be their last bout, their last fight once KBG goes for a reset. WRL would need to face their doom, or maybe even their paradise if ever they make a miracle out of this.
Whatever game plan WRL has in this game, it did not work. KBG being gifted access to Gragas, Shen, and Fiora for the first 3 picks is unforgivable at this level, because we all know that those are the best champions of KBG.
Yeah, now starting 109, Stand United gonna go with it hot on 2! Perfect timing. Haku is gonna fall without any answers from the side of WRL. They're trying to run away, but they're not gonna be able to run away. The Grand Challenge is ready on the backs. KG was able to take down the Garen, and Luna's gonna be the last one standing for the team. And this is the last, as we said, the last 10. 1 versus 5. WRL won't be able to do a thing against KBG, and that is a win for the CN Conference squad.
A very convincing win. 17 minutes. It took them 17 minutes to flush out KT.RY, the number 2 team from APAC in this final stage. And this is what we expected. KBG will just come out with a bang. Oh man, APAC and CN record-wise 1-1.
Yeah.
KB